I want to welcome you to the Pro Mindset Podcast. The Pro Mindset Podcast is all about diving into the headspace that results in championship performance. High-performing athletes, winners, have this mental flow and have a positive headspace for their performances and success. Join me, Craig Domann, sports attorney and NFL agent, on this podcast. I will interview pro athletes, college athletes, football coaches, and sports personalities. Together, we can discover how you can get in the flow and have your own pro mindset. I want to welcome today to Pro Mindset two beautiful young ladies who happen to be either married or soon to be married to NFL players, better known as WAGS, wives and girlfriends of pro athletes. I have Nina and Hannah. And Nina is the soon-to-be bride of one of my linebackers who plays for the Houston Texans, Dylan Cole. And Hannah is the new bride of the long snapper for the Indianapolis Colts, Luke Rhodes. Welcome, guys, to the show. Woo-hoo! So I want to thank you guys for being on today. Let's start out by first just talking about what it's like to have a honey that plays in the NFL.
So many things.
I know.
Right?
I feel
People
like
have no idea what it's really like.
Well, I think it's totally different than what a lot of like TV shows or media projects it to be, and I think it's totally different than what I thought it was going to be from the outside. You don't know what it's like until you're in it.
Until you're in it, yeah. It's a completely. The life is just way different, yeah, like you said, than anyone thinks.
Very independent.
It's awesome at first because I was new to it just like he was. It was so cool, and you're like living it, and this is the dream, and then it still is the dream. I mean, it's, we're very blessed, but it's a grind.
So, from my many years of experience in working with players, I feel like the people that are kind of like forgotten about are the wives, because when the players are going through training camp, you're going through training camp. When he's isolated in camp, you're isolated at home.
Oh, I mean...
True?
Yeah, I think that's why it's very independent. I don't think people realize that, especially from like our perspective. You really, yes, you have a significant other, but they're gone from 6 a.m. till 6:30, 7, depending on if they're getting treatment and X, Y, and Z every day during season.
Well, and it's hard to be, for me, you too, like, before I met Luke, I was independent, doing my thing, like, never relied on anyone, and then you get into this life, and, like, we're living in their shadows.
Yeah.
Like, it's always about Luke, and even, like, with me, when, like, getting, like, a new job, it's, people will care about, what does he do? Like,
yeah.
People
aren't interested in
No,
what
they're
you're
excited
doing.
about meeting him. So it's just people like you. It's hard to be an independent woman married to an NFL
that's a really good
football player, because you're just like I moved there. I had to give up my whole life to move and be with him, and it's not like even now that we have to have flexible jobs because he wants to go on vacation or he wants to do this when he's off, and if we had like normal jobs, you can't do that.
Well, so. When Dylan and I talk about it, I say like life goes through different phases, and you have to remember that. But right now, football is life.
Is life.
Like it is life, and it's good, bad, ugly, day to day, in season, out of season, injured, not injured. Football is life for him, for me, for our families, for y'all.
Well, you have
everybody.
and then in off season, like right now, you have to take full advantage of every moment you get together, because once football starts, it's gone. Like us now, we're trying to do house projects, and I'm not doing all that stuff by myself. So I'm like, we're gonna do this now, and people are like, why are you trying to do so much at once? And I'm like, because once he goes to season, he's gone. Like, he's not here. He is here one day on an off day, and he doesn't want to do anything but sleep, because he's just like,
even stuff that people don't think about. I know Dylan eats really clean, so does Luke. Like going out to restaurants when it's season, we're cooking at home every night. So it's like you're in your little bubble, and right now it's like see as much family as you can, eat out when you want to eat out, because from August through, you have to predict February, everyone wants to go to Super Bowl. It's the routine, and they come home, they want dinner, and they want to go to bed.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nothing else.
How do you fight for your own identity in your marriage, with your friends, with your relatives when everything is centered around your honey?
With my friends, I feel like friends is kind of easy because my friends are like, they're Team Hannah all day. Like they're all about anything that I can do to, better myself. Family is kind of the same way. It's like,
I think for me, it's figuring out, making sure I have like a passion of mine and I have something that I get to pursue, even if it's not, I know that there's like plenty of women within the NFL that do not work. So it doesn't even have to be work related. It could be, I don't know, a craft that you like to do, or if you like to work out, which mine's whatever. Just like fitness. So I make sure that I have like my core and like my own passion, because at some point football will end for the guys and they'll have to kind of reevaluate. So I feel like we have to have
that's gonna be a hard hitter when that happens.
I know, it'll be bad.
They're not gonna know what hit them when that happens. But you have to have your own thing, or you're gonna get lost.
It can be anything. It can literally, like, if you like to journal. I mean, there's like endless possibilities. But I think the worst thing you can do is not the worst thing, but what a lot of people do, and I think they get caught up in, is trying to like live through their partner, their spouse who is playing, and you're not gonna get what they get from it because that's not you. You know. Mm-hmm. I think you have to have a line of like support, but you also have to have a niche of your own.
Well, let's talk about game day. You're in the family section in the stadium, mm-hmm. and inevitably from time to time you're going to hear somebody bashing your honey or bashing one of your friends' honeys. Uh-huh. How do you deal with the criticism that you might read on the internet, see on social media, or just happen to hear in the ladies' restroom at the stadium on game day?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Do you have a Twitter?
No.
So I have a Twitter. I could not tell you the last time I posted something on Twitter, but man, people roast other like players and stuff, and I don't know if it's because people are behind a screen, but Twitter's brutal to people.
I know.
And I mean, that's like kind of just a random thought, but it happens to everybody every game. Like, nobody is going to be perfect, and I think that when you're not the one playing the game, it's a lot easier to point fingers and say, I would have done this or I would have done that. So I almost look at it as not ignorance, but they just don't know any better. Like, these people are watching professional athletes who make the game look really, really easy. They have no idea. Yeah, they just don't have a perspective of what's really like going on. I mean, we don't even know, and we're like with them,
Yeah. I get heated. Like, I can't go to, like, I'm the loud one standing the whole time, and everyone else isn't like that. So that's why I like to go with like my people, because I'm like in the game. When we were at Texas, like I'm up the whole time, like whatever. And that some people don't like that I'm like that. They think that, but I'm like, this is our team. I'm gonna hold it down for them. And but I think you just have to like it becomes like, I feel like you get into like the business mindset where you don't even think about stuff like that anymore. You should just start to like,
well, 9 out of 10 times people start to figure out, I think it takes a little bit, but during games, people figure out that you're associated in some way, whether it's like a family member or I think fans are aware of their surroundings, and sometimes they'll like slip up. I know there was a game, like, I want to say it was last year, and there was a fan in front of us, and they were just every player. I mean, they were criticizing everybody. And sure enough, like, Dylan missed a tackle or something, and they had said something, and it was just one of those things where it's just like, that's fine. They're just watching the game and picking at everything.
Yeah.
I think you just have to you have to have tough skin, because it doesn't matter.
What do you see as your coaching role of being a spouse of a football player? What kind of coaching do you give your honey?
Support. I would say, I don't know. It depends. It depends on the day though too, because some days I read Dylan's body language and the type of day he's had, and then figure out which direction I need to kind of take. Because there's days where, I don't know, you've had a bad day or it was hot outside. We live in Houston, so it's scorching all the time. But there's some days where he just doesn't really want to talk very much. But I think if we're thinking thoroughly, like, just support, making sure he's in the right mindset. The mentality that they have is huge.
Well, I
And
think
some days they
that-
question that.
Well, like being able to come home and like cut it off, because like that there will be times when Luke comes home and he has nothing to say, and I'm like, I haven't seen you all day. Like, you don't have anything to talk about. Like, stop thinking about it's hard, but stop. You gotta like cut it off. And
You're at home
we
now.
need to talk about something. Yeah.
We almost don't. I try almost, especially during season, because it is a long season. I almost try not to even really talk about football unless Dylan wants to talk about football.
Give him a
Because
break.
it's like a break.
Yeah.
Like, you've been there all day. The last thing I want to do is, oh, how's your day? Did this go right? Did this go wrong? Oh, what happened with this person? It's more or less like, maybe I tell him about my day, or just anything not football related. Everybody seeks like positive affirmations somewhere. Like, I seek it from him, they seek it from us. It's just in different ways. So I think it varies truly like every day.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, one of the things that I see that happens in relationships with spouses of NFL players is the following. Off season is awesome. Vacations, downtime, flexibility, even OTAs are a couple hours a day for the vets. So there's a lot of free time. You can go see your friends, college friends, high school friends, family. And then after the 4th of July, and we're there right now, the players start counting down in their mind, and the spouses do too. Camp starts on July 23rd, or whatever it may be. And so players kind of have their like list of things that they want to get done because they know they're not going to get it done during the season. But more importantly than that, the spouses do too. So I see more conflict in relationships during that window, because once they go off to camp, they're gone. You can be mad at them. You could have a honey-do list a mile long. They're not doing it.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
And then after a long season, which is 5 months, sometimes 6,
Of them doing nothing.
of them doing
Being
nothing around the
football,
house,
only
football,
football.
all football,
Yeah.
because that's their livelihood. That's the couple's livelihood. So you got to do everything that's going to pour into his career. So what typically happens in that window is the guys start thinking about all the fun things they'd like to do that they didn't get to do for the last 5 months.
Yeah.
As soon as the season's over, like sleep, go fishing, go hunting, go do something,
Little
right?
things.
And Mama Bear has got the same idea. All the honeydews that he didn't finish before he started camp haven't gone away. So she's got a list a mile long. So about the time he goes, hey, I want to do this. Well, I thought you were going to do that. And oh, baby, I need you to do this. And he's like, well, I thought I was going to do that. So another bone of conflict.
Yeah.
So just kind of share with us how that works in your all's world.
It's definitely, it's exactly, that's what I'm saying now, what we're going through. But even like that part of it is that, you have all this stuff that you want to do, but also when off season hits, like you go from him being in season to you're on your own, like you're living your own life. Like I'm doing my own thing every day, and then they're in off season and y'all are together. Like,
Well, and they're ready.
24/7.
They are ready to spend every minute of every day with you. And why do you have to do that? Well, for the past 5-6 months,
This is what
I've been doing.
Yeah, so I think that is probably, because you get, after like a month, you're like, all right, you're starting to get on my nerves. We need a break. Because you're used, I mean, that would be like that with anyone. But yeah, I can't, like we're facing that right now, but I can't imagine like when we have kids.
We try to, I think every year you kind of learn what to tweak or adjust and how things maybe transition a little bit better here and there. But I know the way we approach things now is totally different than our first year. But I mean, there's no book of like, this is how to like be successful and not have mental breakdowns. And Dylan and I really have been working on like appreciating where we are and when we're in each stage, because you don't know when you're going to be done playing football. And I always try to remind him, because you get caught up like in the locker room and it's just a different world. Obviously I wouldn't know, I've never been in the locker room, but the guys talk and this and that, and then it becomes like competition. Well, they have this that I don't have, and you lose sight of kind of like what's important. So I try to just tell Dylan, like appreciate where we're at for each, you know, for off season, for OTAs, for this, for the days where you're like, that was a really hard day. Because eventually you're going to look back and wish, man, to be able to like repeat that, or, you know, I would kill to do that. And you don't know when you're going to be done. So I think like just working on relaxing and appreciating each spot, not being anxious for like, oh, I'm anxious for season start, I'm anxious for season to be over or to go on vacation, which is hard because naturally I feel like that's our instinct, is like we always want the next thing. We're always ready to like see what's after this or that.
Yeah. You just have to communicate. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Wait, I'm trying to think of a situation like Luke wanted to buy, he wanted to get a new truck. And I was like, oh, you want to get a new truck? Well, I want all this stuff done at the house. So we're going to have to compromise here because...
Okay, so hang on, Hannah. So how does an NFL player respond when you say he can't go buy a truck? When he's the one that's making the cash.
It's hard.
And how often does he say, hey, baby, who brings home the money?
Oh, man, that's so funny.
I'm very blessed to have a great husband, but
never
he's
pulled
never
that card.
No, if he did, I don't know if we would be together. That wouldn't be. I don't know. I mean, he is never. We're in it together, and he sees that. Like once I just have to talk him through it. Like, you know, we got to get things done here. You can, you know.
Well, and piggybacking off that, because I'll tell Dawn sometimes, you know, I wish not guilty, but I wish I contributed. Obviously, the money that they make is far greater than a part-time job, no matter like what you're doing. You know,
just a normal job,
or just
for
a normal
your age,
job. Yeah, and so I get a sense of like I like to feel like I'm contributing and I'm, you know, adding to the pot. And he made a really good point to me one day because we were having a conversation about it, and he's like, "But you do a lot for me. Like I couldn't do what I do without you." And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, you clean, you cook, you're independent, you're fit, like you're just you know? I don't need you to bring in money. That's not really like what I'm seeking, you know? He told me straight up too that he would rather me just be there and like be present for us than be gone. Because, you know, we can work jobs, but that means that they're going on vacations without us, or they're going home to see family without us, because jobs they're not seasonal.
Yeah.
You don't get off seasons in the real world.
And that's like,
I think that's huge.
Yeah, it is. And like Luke and I went through that. So like, I think everyone's like experience of that is different, because like some people haven't been through that. Like if you guys have never been apart or whatever, you know, whatever it is. Any situation, like Luke and I we were a long distance for 2.5 years. And I worked my job and he was at home, and he was like, he'd be like, can you move yet? Can you move yet? Can you move yet? And I'm like, but I'm in my job, and this is like, I'm happy with it. I'm doing well, you know? So like me making that move is like, he knows that that's me contributing. But then as soon as I got there, and I'm like, I was having mental breakdowns like every other day. Like who am I? What's going on with me? Why am I crying all the time? But he's like, I'm like, because I feel like I'm not bringing value, because I'm not bringing, you know, because you think
that's exactly what
you think value. Money,
yeah.
But it's Luke's like, yeah, he just has to like talk me off the ledge, and he's like, no, like, you know, we chose this, so.
One of the things I can see from that is that there's monetary contribution and non-monetary contribution. I think that spouses bring a tremendous amount of non-monetary contribution to the household. And it's like making sure the groceries are taken care of, the laundry's taken, all those things, all those duties that unless you hire to have it done, he doesn't have to worry about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so you are taking a lot of things off their plate so they can be clear-minded, focus, and excel at their job. Let's say the script was flipped, and you guys were the talent, and you were playing, and your spouses were supporting you. Would it be smart for them to say, no, I don't really want you to excel in your job, because even though you're making millions of dollars as an actress or whatever you're doing, because I'm going to be selfish and I need to have a job too? So I think that what I've seen, it changes. Okay. So the sacrifices that you make now will be rewarded later. So one of my clients, he played for 3 teams, made over $30 million, and he became Mr. Mom the day he retired. And his wife chased her dreams.
It was her turn.
It was her turn to chase her dreams.
Yeah.
And he was totally cool with it. Because he was so sick of working, he just wanted to take the kids to school.
Yeah.
Take the kids to practice. He didn't mind going to the grocery store. He likes to cook.
Yeah.
So there's a possibility, depending on how financially well off you are when this is all over, that the script will flip and that your honeys will start supporting your dreams like you're supporting theirs now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Luke already does. I mean, he's like, what do you want to do? Do you want to get, like, I just got my real estate license. Do you want to get your real estate license? Do you want to start training? Like, what do you want to, he's already like that. So, but yeah, I
think it's all about
the difference.
I think if you are selfless and you have a lot of grace in this world that we're in, then you can be really successful. But it's when one partner starts to be selfish and it can just spiral out of control. So I think always have an appreciation for your significant other and just, I don't know, being mindful. It goes a long way. Dylan and I are best friends. So it's like he supports me, I support him. We're always thinking of each other. And I mean, I could not imagine what it would be like if it wasn't that way. No. I truly can't. Like, it's not something I can fathom.
Yeah. But I think going back to like the off season, I think that during the off season is when they get a real good taste of what it would be like if we weren't there.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's having to like take the trash out in the morning. I'm like, yeah.
Did you pull the dumpster
No,
up?
he would do it anyways. But I mean, just like we don't have kids, but we have dogs, and he's like walking them 2 or 3 times a day, taking care of them. So I mean, he knows. He knows.
They do.
Yeah.
It was last week, I think. I had made dinner and I had a long day, and I don't remember. I think I worked like in the morning and then went back and taught fitness that night. So I cooked dinner and I was like, I'm just going to do the dishes tomorrow. Well, Dylan started doing them and he came up and he just gives me a hug and he's like, what are you doing on Tuesday? And I was like, what? And I was like, I mean, I'll work in the morning and teach my classes, but that's it. And he goes, I just realized how much I hate doing the dishes, and I booked you a hydrofacial because I just really appreciate you. He did 2 dishes. And I don't even think he put them in the dishwasher, but it's just like, it's the little, like, that stuff where it's just like you're reminded, like, I mean, something so small.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah.
But off season
like
they
Mr.
do.
Mom. Luke is like, I'll be in the kitchen doing the dishes, and he'll come in and start like trying to help me and just slowly take over. And I'll be like, "You just do it.
Yeah,
You just do it." He does everything. So
Okay, let's move into a very juicy topic.
Ooh.
Social media. How do you deal with social media when you have some certain people out there, call them Jersey chasers, call them what you want, that love a challenge, want to break up a relationship, and want to have a professional athlete as a husband. And they might take a liking to your spouse. How do you deal with those kind of situations?
You want to start that one, or you want me to start that one?
You start.
You want me to start that one? I'll let you.
I'm
Chime at the end. Well, I will start with saying that Dylan
Dylan doesn't have the perfect situation. Dylan doesn't have.
He doesn't have an Instagram, which is, I would say, is probably the biggest social media platform, especially for those lovely females who are seeking for a challenge. So I kind of lucked out with that one. Now, will Dylan have to get an he gets to do what he wants. But in the future, will he get one? That I don't know. If he wanted one, I would let him get one. That's fine. But Twitter, oddly enough, is like another one, which I really did not think about. But there are people who will message him. He got like invited to a formal, which is weird to me, by just some girl. But honest to goodness, like in the simplest of terms, I would just say like having full on trust, because it's going to happen. It happens to people all over the place, out at dinner, out at a bar, I mean, anywhere. And so I think them, especially having their little blue check mark of like verified or whatever it is, it just draws more attention. Well, we almost joke about it, truthfully, because if you get caught up in it, it is a bottomless black pit of just like doubt. And I don't even let it faze me. But I think that making sure that your spouse or the guy is at least reassuring you, which is nice, but I don't really have to deal with it, to be honest.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't.
They're just relentless. Like, they don't.
No mercy.
No, I mean, it'll be like as simple as like someone after a game, somebody will send Luke a DM and be like, "Good game today." I'm just like, why? Like, that's nice, but what were your intentions in that? Like,
yeah,
you didn't want to just say good game. Like, I don't know. It is. I could go on all day about this one if you really I mean, I have the part of me who wants to yoke some of these girls up and be like, do you not see that I'm all over his page? Like, I know you do see it, but you just don't care.
That's just it. That women just don't care.
No, they don't care. And it's like, oh gosh.
It's hard.
Like
I said, I don't deal with it the way that Instagram is probably like the worst.
I don't like most, because I know that everyone's going through it. I know it's not just like us or a few people on the team. Like, I know it is, every single woman is dealing with the same crap. So I don't know what you do. Like, what do you do, Craig?
Skin? Craig,
what do you do in that situation? Because a part of me, some of these girls too are in Indiana, and it's like I know who these girls are, and I have to just control myself on a normal. Like, I'm from the country.
I couldn't do that.
Like, we don't do things that way. I would not. Like, so
what are the
it takes a lot of self-control, and but it's another thing is like, they don't, like, women, like, they're creating such a bad name for themselves. Like, that's such an ugly thing to do. Like, it really is. It's such an ugly thing to do. And people just do it every day. So it's not even like, you can't trust anyone else. Like, you have to be able to trust your man.
That's what it comes down
to.
Yeah.
It's not going to work, and you're going to be miserable, and you're going to be so insecure and doubting yourself every day because it never stops.
Well, here's my perspective on it. I think, number one, you have to talk about it with your partner. You have to be very transparent with each other about, this is the way of the world today. Mm-hmm. And when your honey makes a big play on TV in an NFL game, there's girls sitting on the couches all over the place, could be anywhere in the country, that have access to your honeys through social media. Mm-hmm. They might send naked pictures. They may send messages. They may send invitations. They may send them a message, hey, I see you're coming to Cali in November for an away game. Let me know if you need some entertainment. So it boils down to trust between you and your spouse and your player and your man. And I think it also is very healthy to have conversations. And then I truly believe that there needs to be some type of an agreement between a man and a woman, especially when the man plays in the NFL, that he doesn't do anything that's going to make you feel uncomfortable. Because if it makes you feel uncomfortable, eventually it's going to make him feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it's going to deteriorate your relationship. And so if he's all in, and if you're all in, you kind of have to make that decision that, hey, this is, be thankful that people know who you are and want to be with you. But if you want to be with me, you can't be with them. Okay? Yeah. And so if you want to be with them, then we can't be together. Mm-hmm. Okay? And I'm not being brash about it, but hey, give me half your money and I'll move on down the road.
Yeah.
Okay?
Bye.
And you can live with one of those crazy people. But the bottom line is, I think, really communication, trust, acknowledgement between you guys, and then you need to kind of have a manifested conversation where you be honest about what you're comfortable with. So maybe it's they shut down social media for a little bit. Maybe it's they show you every time something stupid comes up. Because if they're showing it to you, they're not acting on it.
Hiding it.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Because you chose to be in this world in the sense that you knew your guys were football players. So you knew what you were getting into. Mm-hmm. And this is just part of it. If you get connected to a man that doesn't have good character, doesn't have fidelity, is not a trusting person, you're probably with the wrong guy.
It's gonna sink without a doubt. You have to be so strong-willed as an individual and as a couple. Like, you really have to be. I mean, I don't even know what word to fill it with.
You have to be in it for the right reasons. You can't.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. You really do.
If you're not, I'm not with Luke because he plays football. I'm with Luke for if he didn't play football, I'd still love him.
What dreams do you guys have in your life after the NFL? Where you want to live? What do you want to do? What kind of lifestyle you want to have? What kind of career do you want to have? What kind of dreams do you have?
I want to have a family. I mean, that'll probably start before... Hopefully, because we're going to have nice, long careers. Long careers. But I would like to start a family, a couple years down the road. But really, when football's done, I feel like you can truly, settle and, know where this is, our home. It's not you wake up every day and are like, oh, are we going to be moving today? What's going to happen? You're not living that day today. You can truly, relax and breathe. I want to be back with my family, which will probably be Arizona. But I would love to just have more family time with, siblings and parents. And that's for Dylan's side too. I think it'd be awesome for us to be able to either open up a facility or some sort of training program. Just something that you can do jointly. Obviously we can't be out there playing football with them. That'd be tragic. But I think doing more things that are us. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I haven't really truly thought enough about that question. That's very surface level answer.
we just I really don't ever think about it. I think about now, and that's what I try to think about. But I don't know. Luke and our situation's a little different. We have no idea where we're gonna. We talk about it now. Where we're gonna live after if we have kids, and they're gonna start going to school, and say they're 8 years old. Do you want to move your kids? So Indiana might be home for forever. It's it's a battle. You don't know. Even buying a house. Do you buy a house you're gonna just live in for a few years? Do you buy do you invest in that really nice home that you're gonna be in forever? I don't know. It's gonna be a wreck when we're done with football because his family's in Pennsylvania, mine's in Virginia. So where would we move? I know that we're gonna want because we're fitness is life for both of us too. So I know we want to open up a gym, a facility somewhere. Where? I have no idea. We don't know where the right spot for that is either. I don't know. You can't plan for it.
I was just about to say that. I think that's something where you just take it. When it happens, you're all right, on to the next chapter. What do we do?
Yeah, it's definitely.
And then you just start putting the pieces together. But I don't think you can really fully plan for it until it happens.
We're going to be picking up a lot of pieces when it's over. They're not going to know what to do.
Well, one of the things I've seen is that players that have a very clear plan B, okay? Plan A is football.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And they have a crystal clear view of what they want to do when they're done. Their plan A goes away. It just, for some reason, it just goes away. Because they start spending too much time thinking about B in case A doesn't work out. And it's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy. And then all of a sudden you get sideswiped. You didn't think you were going to get cut, and then you get axed.
Yeah.
So I think it's perfectly fine to focus on plan A, focus on football. You guys are smart. You guys both have your degrees.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it's you guys have bright futures with or without football. But the longer your honey plays football, the more financial security you're going to have. Mm-hmm. Fair? Mm-hmm. So let's talk about Luke has been cut one time. Mm-hmm. Dylan's never been cut.
Dylan has never been cut. We're knocking on all that wood.
Knocking on lots of wood. And Luke just signed a nice contract, so he's got financial security at the moment. How do you deal with the pressures that they deal with in terms of potentially getting cut?
Oh my gosh. I remember when Luke, I don't know,
it's scary.
You don't know what to do because I feel so bad for him because it's
you're helpless.
His whole life he doesn't want to get close to people. He doesn't want to because it could go away the next day, and so I don't even know what to tell anyone. I don't know how to talk anyone through that. You just gotta go day by day and just. We're religious people, so always sticking to your faith, and that's kind of just how we got through it. But it's definitely a tough battle, and they come from being the All-Stars, so it's a serious reality check for them. But we got through it, so we're at a different point now. I don't know.
you never know where tomorrow's going to take you.
Even with him signing a contract, right? Like it doesn't matter. Like you never know.
It's a performance-based business.
Yeah.
And teams they're comfortable with dead money. If a player doesn't live up to his contract, they cut him in a New York second. There's very, very few players in an NFL locker room that truly have job security.
Yeah.
Okay, you can have financial security and not have job security.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when that carpet is pulled from under their feet, it's a huge identity check.
Oh.
I mean, they have doubts. They want to know what's going to happen in their future. I see that players go through internal hell during that time period when they could get cut. It's almost better to get cut when you didn't see it coming. For some reason, the organization decides to go in a different direction, and they tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, bring your playbook, and hey, clean out your locker, and thanks, but no thanks. It absolutely sucks. It's a shock, but it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, it's not mental. Like, with this, it's like they feel like they're walking on eggshells because they don't want to ever make a mistake because they're worried that that's going to get me cut.
So what I've found is that guys that stress out about potentially getting cut do. Not all the time, but most of the time. You almost have to have that mindset of, and I'm just going to go to work today, and I'm going to do everything I can. Coach doesn't like me. They think somebody else is better. And just go balls to the wall, give it everything you got. Don't worry about failing. And most of the time, you're going to be successful.
Yeah.
Players have to psych themselves into thinking that, cut me if you want. Mm-hmm. I don't care. As opposed to, coming home, freaking out at dinner. He's all stressed out because he thinks he's going to get cut.
Yeah.
Because the coach didn't look at him, didn't talk to him, said something negative to him, pointed out in the film review that he screwed up. And all of a sudden, feels like he's on the hot seat.
Yeah.
If he processes that information that way and internalizes that pressure, he won't be able to perform the next day. So I think it's really important for significant others, if they can.
You have to pump them up.
You got to support them.
Oh, yeah.
You got to focus on the positive.
10%. Like, let's effing go to work today. Like, you have to be that way. Or
they're hype man.
You have to be the hype man. Yeah, like you're like the wingman. Like, it's go time. Wreck someone, whatever it is. You have to be like that. Nobody else is assuring them that.
Yeah,
if
you don't have that confidence within yourself, and that's what I continuously told Dylan. I was like, but just whatever they need to mentally be in that spot where they're like, yeah, I am that person. Like I'm good,
Yeah.
Because if not, it starts to manifest with all those negative thoughts. Then you're losing sleep, and then you're just everything you pretty much have already touched on, Craig.
Well, here's the thing I can tell you is that outside of the guys, the 5 or 6 guys that are making more than $10 million a year, and they've got multiple year contracts with guarantees still left on their future years. After that, anybody can get cut. That's the reality. Mm-hmm. Now, common sense tells you that if a guy's a starter, they sign him to a contract, they want him to do well. They're not planning to get rid of him. He would have to do something really stupid or really poor performance to get cut. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you look at a 90-man roster, there's around 30 guys that are reasonably secure. There's 30 guys that are literally on the bubble. Mm-hmm. And there's 30 guys that are not making it. And those 30 guys are not making it. And Dylan was there at one point. Mm-hmm. Okay? Luke was in that group at one point. But they survived it. Mm-hmm. There's guys every year. There's 4 or 5 guys out of that 30 every year that have great years and build careers. But they have to overcome that vibe that they're really not wanted, they're not needed, and they're not game planning for them to be on the team. Mm-hmm. And then in the bubble stage, that's I think hardest because you should make it, you believe you should make it, you think you should make it, you're hoping you should make it, people are telling you should make it, the media is planning for you to make it, but you might not make it. And that usually happens right before you get paid because you either don't make it and you're out, or you make it, and then you're really in, and you start moving into that top 30 group. Mm-hmm. So that's where Dylan's at right now. He's in that stage where he's in that bubble stage. Could go either way.
He is.
It's probably maybe 90-10, but there's still some measure that he might not.
Yeah.
Fair?
Fair.
So I can tell you with all sincerity, with all honest cell I have in my body, that it all starts with these guys' mindsets. If they're positive, they believe in themselves, they maintain that passion for the game, and their lifestyle matches up with their belief and their passion, they're going to be fine. Mm-hmm. It's when they stop believing or they start like hating the game because it's not giving back to them what they're putting in, or they start sabotaging themselves with their lifestyle. They stop eating clean. They stop getting their sleep. They stand up playing Fortnite, right?
I know Dylan plays that.
You know what? Luckily, since we've moved into our house, he has not played it. But he cut himself off. He stopped playing it last year after football season started because he'd be like, "What time is it?" And I'm like, "You've been playing that stupid game for an hour and a half." And seriously, Xbox is not even hooked up at the house anymore. I nixed that one. I took an executive move there.
I was literally on the couch trying to take a nap, and he's playing this game, and I'm like, "What are you playing? What is this?"
No.
So here's the deal: if your man is ever playing video games more than he's hanging out with you, just like give him your ring back and say, "Hey, maybe you want to marry that controller." Okay?
That video game.
Because any dude that's got a beautiful wife like you guys shouldn't be playing video games. Okay, I'm just telling you.
Oh, thank you. I'll pass that along. Okay. I'll pass that along for sure.
You know, with all the fierce competition for these guys, and I'm talking about women competing for these NFL players, and there's several of them that are already spoken for, and you have 2 of them. What's it like in the family room? What's it like after games? What's it like at team social events where the WAGs show up, okay, the wives and girlfriends, and what kind of relationship do you have with other significant others of players on the team?
Yeah. So that is like, I mean, walking in, I remember going to like my first game and going into the family section, and it's like, it was almost awkward because no one, it's just a business. Like, no one talks to each other, really. I mean, and every team's probably different. And, you know, our team's way different now. This is just when I first, 3 years ago. And it was just like, it's so intimidating because there's no one, like I said, there's no one to talk to. There's no, like, I'm at a game by myself and all, you see, like, you can connect, like, that's somebody's wife, that's someone's girlfriend or whatever, but no one, like, it's like everyone's scared to talk to each other. And
I remember my very first game too. I vividly remember it.
Yeah.
Going down to the family room afterwards.
And just being like,
I was just like, what is this? I felt like I was walking into first grade again.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't have my mom. It was like a preseason game. But I mean, it's just kind of funky, and I don't know if it's because, sadly, the way the business is, people get filtered out. But at the end of the day, there are, I don't know how many women, are with players or aren't with players. But at the end of the day, there's at least, 10, 20, 30, 40 women who are in the same boat that we're in. And for the Texans, like, I could probably easily count on one hand, couple fingers, like, who I would even consider to be, like, close with.
Same, yeah.
It's just not what I thought it would be like.
Yeah.
And everybody has like different desires and interests and what they fill their time with, I guess. I am one for a nice, good workout, a good meal, a margarita or two. And it was kind of hard. It was really hard. Still is. But to find good connections and stuff. And that's not saying anything for the other women, but it's just, I expected everybody to kind of be like me, or me to, it'd just be easier, and it's really difficult, but I don't know how it's like for you guys.
It's like you talk about living, so you move here, so for me, my experience, everyone's is different, but I moved here to be with Luke, moved to this city, I have no friends, I know no one, so you think that this is going to be like a family, like you're walking into, I played sports my whole life, it's like we're a team. Everyone's in this together. It is so opposite of that it's like everyone's out for themselves, which is, but you do have your few. Like, I mean, I have a handful now that, I mean, like one of my friends just like, even for us too, like we have to worry about our friends leaving. Like
that's
one of my, I would consider her like God had a plan when he put when he sent me to Indiana and sent her to Indiana. Like, we were meant to be. You met her. She was at our wedding. And she just moved. So now I'm like, literally, like, what am I gonna do when I go to a game? Because these girls, it's just not. It's not what you think that it's gonna be like. Like, you're living. All of you are living your life every day. Like, that all of these girls are doing the same thing that you're doing. They're not sitting at home, but they're at home, doing whatever during the day. And it's like, I think to myself all the time, like, this would be so much more fun if we were all doing this together. Why are we all...
The crazy thing, here's something that I really noticed, and I was very reserved my first year because it was just so much change coming from college and sports and 19 credit hours, to like nothing. So I was just like super reserved. But now that we're like going on our third year, I've started talking to a lot of the other women who are on the team, and I'll be like, do you guys like go and eat somewhere before a game? Like, do you guys tailgate before a game? No, but we would love to. Well, I go with, Dylan's family or my family if they're there, and I'm like, we should really work at. Everybody wants to be closer, but it's like nobody wants to make a move.
The women need
it's weird.
Like an organization.
They need help.
Figure this thing out because it's not figured out.
Is it like that for you guys?
Yeah, it's the same way.
Yeah.
It's like we have Nicole Andrew Luck, which she's Nicole Luck now. She does she has planned everything. She planned events for us to do and different things. That way everyone could meet each other, and like, that was great, but it's like, what are we gonna do if Nicole doesn't do that? Because she just does it because she wants to. Like,
and not all teams are like that. We've got
it's brutal.
a really close couple to Dylan and I. Actually, they did get cut, but we stayed in contact with them and still hang out with them to this day. They're still in Houston, but they were previously with, I want to say, the Oakland Raiders, and she loved the women there. They had a tight-knit group. They did like potlucks in the parking lot before games, and like, we're very close, which I truly think it's just team to team it's different. But if I could like make a recommendation, I think that all of the women need to be almost like pushed. Like, we're doing this. Like, this is what's happening because
like a team
everybody
too.
wants it.
Yeah, we're like a team too, and I think it's important for the guys too. So Brooke and Eric, like, Eric and Luke are now like, they love each other, and it's like, y'all never would have been friends if it wasn't for Brooke and I. Like, y'all became friends because of us. So it's like they need it too.
Well, I think there's a couple thoughts on that. One is that there's different dynamics, certainly for all 32 teams. Mm-hmm. But ironically, the only people that can really identify with what these players are going through, the pressures, the highs, the lows, the injuries, the media scrutiny, is you guys, right? Mm-hmm. But here's what's going on with you guys. You have some that are married that are going to stay married. Some are married and are on their way out. Some are married and have multiple kids and might even have several in school age. Mm-hmm. All different places in life. Then you've got the girlfriend that's positioning, but 2 weeks ago was a different girlfriend, and 2 weeks from now it's going to be a different girlfriend. So you really don't want to make real good friends with that girl because you don't know how long she's going to be around. Mm-hmm. Okay? That kind of breeds a environment where you really don't trust each other. And then inevitably on an NFL team roster, it's not perfect harmony in the locker room. Mm-hmm. The dude that's backing up thinks he should be starting. The guy that's starting is thinking the coaches are trying to play the guy that's backing him up, the guy they just drafted. There's always sometimes it's a healthy tension, but sometimes it's over the top tension. Well, so as a player, you want to get away from that. So like in a normal workforce, you kind of like go play golf in the golf league, play softball team, go have some beers on a Saturday night. You do things together. And the NFL, sometimes you don't, because you're reminded of the mental issues you're dealing with, the team issues you're dealing with, the depth chart issues you're dealing with, the financial issues you're dealing with, because they're paying him more than they're paying you, and you think you're a harder worker and more valuable than he is. And is that a guy you really want to go out to dinner with?
Yeah.
Okay. And you almost don't want your girl to become friends with his girl, because you don't want to hang out with him, even though you're boys with him.
It's a subtle cycle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think it's a very complicated dynamic. And there's no question from year to year, because there's about 23 players on average every year that change on a 53-man roster. So with that kind of turnover, and the reason why Luke may not want to know everybody on the team is because he doesn't know which ones are going to still be there.
Yeah.
So what I see is I see two different rhythms. One is when we have 90 people on the roster during the off-season OTAs and during training camp, there's a different relationship in the locker room by and between all the players. And it changes when it goes to 53. At least for 4 or 5 months, I think these guys are going to be around. And so the relationships get better.
Mm-hmm.
Fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then inevitably, the one that you make friends with, her husband ends up leaving.
Yeah.
And so then you start it all over again.
Yeah.
So it's almost easier to meet somebody at the gym or meet somebody at the hair salon or somewhere else that you know is stable, that when your honey's out on a road trip and you're looking for somebody to go do something with, at least you know her husband's not getting fired.
Well, I mean, I think that is key. You have to have people outside of it because, even with the girls, it's all, you can, sometimes you feel money brackets. Everyone, knows how much it's brutal. They'll be like, oh,
yeah,
you're not in my
Yeah.
league here. Stuff like that. And it's it keeps you
it's nice
to have people
breathe.
outside.
Yeah.
Right now, because that's all that we're hanging out with is people that we have outside of football. And it's it gets you can live a normal life. Yeah, for a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, I want to thank you so much for being guests on Pro Mindset. I've certainly had great relationships with a lot of the significant others of my clients, and you guys are two of my favorites. And I think that, I really do. My challenge to you guys is this. Be great spouses. Help your honey chase the dream. Enjoy the journey. And know that at some point in time, this chapter in your life is going to be over. And cherish every minute of it, because you'll see it once your honey's done. It's a hard transition. It really is a hard transition. Thank you.
Thank you.
So fun.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Pro Mindset. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. 5 stars, of course. You can follow us on our website, ProMindsetPodcast.com, or on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Pro Mindset Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you the next time.
Clean Choice Energy lets you see the impact you can have in fighting climate change by switching to clean electricity. With our advanced clean energy impact statements, you see the environmental benefits your choice has. Visit cleanchoice.com/podcast to see the difference.
Sometimes you take a little bite, and life goes ahead and gives you a whole pickle slice. Thank you, life.
And sometimes you spend $5 or more, and the McDonald's app gives you 20% off the whole order. That means you can get a McCrispy and a Quarter Pounder with cheese and a new lemonade and still save. Thank you, McDonald's app. Limited time only at participating McDonald's. Valid one time per day. Visit McDonald's app for details.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Oh, turn it up.
Here we go. Up here with your crew in an awesome view. Everything you love stacked right in front of you. Got your icon pass, powder slashing. 50 plus destinations.
Speaking of, did you get your Icon Pass yet, Sean?
I'm on iconpass.com dropping in right now. Wow, from just $259 adult, everyone knows you get the best price in the spring.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
Okay, done.
So pass the good stuff, yeah, it's the good stuff.
Hurry in during Ram Truck Month and discover what it truly means to drive a truck that's built to serve. Ram 3500 with an available legendary Cummins engine. Ram TRX, the most horsepower of any gas pickup ever built. And Ram 1500, ranked #1 in driver appeal among large light-duty pickups in 2022. That's 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Hurry in during Ram Truck Month. For J.D. Power 2022 U.S. award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.